Oh! What are we responding to today?
A girl walks home alone at night.
I have seen this once.
I have not seen this, and I know nothing. You've told me nothing.
I have.
I've looked up nothing. I've seen the cover. I love the art. I haven't read anything about it. I kind of like being unaware. It's kind of fun.
I'm miserable.
I'm miserable. I'm Katie.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, girl walks home alone at night. Let's watch it.
It's just.
We're going to be using a scale system of stars from 1 through 5 to discuss various aspects of the film. Don't worry, there will be no spoilers. We will tell you if we're about to enter spoilers, which will happen later. So tell us what the different stars mean.
1 means unwatchable, 2 not great, 3 pretty good, 4 awesome, and 5 perfect. Wow, I know.
Overall enjoyability.
3. I really liked it, like aesthetically, and I even liked the story. It was just kind of like, I'm not a big fan of really slow stories. It just wasn't super my cup of tea.
I would give it about a 3 in terms of enjoyability. It's worth watching if you're into its particular brand of weirdness, but it's a little slow moving and kind of gets lost in pretentiousness, I think, for most people. Let's be real here. It feels like a movie that just does some things, not because they serve the story or the characters, but to show how artsy they are. So the next aspect we'll discuss is visuals.
4.
Dang, we are spot on with this. I would give it a 4 as well.
Many pretty shots, black and white, deep, like good contrast, just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Overall, a very beautiful movie to watch.
You could press pause and just print out any frame of the movie and hang it on the wall and it would look great.
Yeah.
My instinct was to give it a 4, but why would we not give it a 5?
Some shots for me they carried on too long.
I think my biggest criticism, and you will find this all throughout the board, is that the movie doesn't have a lot of restraint when it comes to subtlety and artistry. It wants to be artsy so hard that you can feel it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's sort of what knocks it down a peg for me as
Right.
well. The acting.
I thought acting was really good. I guess I'd give it a 4 just because it is hard to tell and I don't really know how to determine it, but it seemed really good.
Yeah, I'll give it a conservative 3.5. The characters are interesting, but they don't really fill the time very well. I think they sort of bank on the acting style, or maybe the directorial style, of the audience will project additional depth onto the character who's being more blank than anything else. Sound.
5. The soundtrack, loved it. The sounds that they have for certain scenes when certain things are happening, I think, is perfectly either simple or like really intense at the right times. I think sounds definitely a 5.
I would give it a 4. So now we're going to talk about the story, so we're going to get into spoilers. If you want to watch this movie and don't want spoilers, then skip ahead to the time frame for our final score shown at the bottom of the screen. For those of you who are still sticking around, we are going to talk about the story. So, Katie Rose, a girl walks home alone at night. Run us through a quick synopsis of what the movie is about and what happens in it.
Based on the title and even the image on the cover and knowing genre, sort of, you would expect it to be some type of horror thing related to being worried about this girl because she's walking home alone at night. Like, don't do that, girl. That's a bad idea. No, the girl's a vampire thing. She is in this city full of
gangsters
and
thieves, drug dealers.
Yeah, drug dealers and hookers, and it's a definite twist on what you would just generally expect. It's about the vampire, it's about her life and kind of how she connects to these other people in the city, specifically this one guy who has a drug-addicted father and then has to take care of him and take care of himself, and then they start to all intertwine.
This kid who's in this bad situation, family situation, bad money situation, and so this kid has started dealing drugs, and you can see right now that his life is just going to spiral out of control. And they sort of meet, and it's very strange, but also kind of sweet at the same time. And then the movie turns from like a weird horror movie / drama drug movie into kind of a weird, understated, but still tender love story, where the love is never really expressed, But once again, this might be an example of blank slate projecting, but I thought it was really very sweet and tender. And it sort of just ends with them deciding, okay, well, I need to leave this city, if my life is going to ever maintain some semblance of control. And so she leaves with him. She has killed his father previous to this, and I think he kind of figures that out, but then he decides that he doesn't care and she's worth it, and the movie ends with them sort of riding off into the darkness.
And he doesn't know that she's a vampire. He just thinks because of the city they're in that she killed him for money because she had jewels and things.
Yes. The big giveaway was that he kicked his dad, who was a druggie, out of his house and told him to take the cat. And then he finds his dad dead on the street later, and the girl has the cat. So I think he kind of pieces things together. The things that the story does right, I think the overall story is really good. It's understated yet complex, and it could have gone in a lot of directions, but I was fairly happy with the direction it went in. However, there are just mind-numbingly stupid things that they do in this movie. There's an entire, 4-minute dance sequence
of a character who's barely in the movie.
Yes, you never see this character again. They don't impact the plot or other characters at all, and they're dancing with a balloon.
Yeah. The character's seen, this is the third time the character's seen, but they never speak, they never do anything, and then suddenly they're dancing. It's I want to...
For several minutes.
If you're here, I want there to be a reason for it.
Yeah.
Because you could be interesting, but now I just don't give a crap.
It adds nothing to the story, and so... That's the biggest example, but there are little other things like that along the way that I found personally irritating just because of how pretentious it was attempting to be. And when you've got a story that's this good and it's shot this beautifully, you don't need all that excess, right? You could just trim all that out and have just a gorgeous little movie.
It makes it look stupid.
It really does.
Which sucks because it is so pretty.
There are moments when...
well done for the most part.
Yeah. I would personally give the story a 4.
I'd say 4, but I'm still bothered because I wanted something to be wrapped up a little more.
It's probably not good for group settings. It's not the sort of movie you'd want to watch in a large group of people because it's really going to alienate a lot of viewers.
Unless you're all talking about it during the movie, and then that's also frustrating.
Yeah. So yeah, A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. Have you seen it? What did you think? Love it, hate it, let us know in the comments, and if you've got any sort of videos you think we should do on a knee jerk or maybe a should you see, then drop us a line.